One of the most misunderstood concepts in the modern times is spirituality. Does doing certain rituals, going to some religious places, or reading some sacred books makes one spiritual? I might like visiting a certain temple because it gives me a sense of peace. I might be pulled towards reading sacred literature, but that in itself does not make me spiritual. Spirituality has never been an outer process. It has always been an inner alchemy, a transformational force that actually brings out your own inner awareness. That's why spirituality has always been linked with inner study. And that's the reason why spirituality cannot be taken from the outer world and imbibed in your own self. Rather, it is something that originates within your own inner being. When I say spirituality is an inner alchemy, it is because it brings out your own authentic self, the true you that you have been neglecting all this while. And that can only happen when awareness descends. And for that to happen, you have to undergo a spiritual process which is tiring, which is troubling, and which is very heavy. But when that happens, grace descends upon you. Without grace, you can never become spiritual. The term spirituality itself originated many centuries ago and has some biblical roots as well. And in that time, spirituality was only used as a term to describe those people on which the Holy Spirit has been graced. So it was not a term that was used very loosely, which sadly it is used in the current times. A human being is born with potential, but only a few are able to tap into it. Because we as people are byproducts of our own past experiences, our own belief systems, and our own limitations. Look at everyday life. We wear so many different masks. When you are at home with your own family, you are a different person. When you step out, you become a different person. And when you are at work, you are altogether a different person. So with different situations, with different people, we learn to adapt. And that's the way society functions. And we need to do that because that's what has been ordained. And everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to be part of this system. But while doing so, we often neglect our own self. We forget who we truly are. And everyday reality turns into a performative reality, where sadly, even our spiritual self becomes more like an ego badge that we wear instead of something that needs to transform us as an individual from within. A lot of times we feel that there is a vacuum within ourselves because we are doing everything that the society expects us to. We are becoming the people that naturally would fit into, the fabric of how the world functions. But while doing all this, we often forget who we really are, what makes us our own authentic self. And from a human being who's a byproduct of its own past experiences to a human being who has endless potential lies a bridge, and that bridge is awareness. Your own awareness makes you understand that you're losing yourself trying to play a role that is not you. You're not your beliefs, you're not even the identity that you put on, you're not the roles that you're playing, you're not your likes, your dislikes, you're not what you hate, you're not even what you are trying to chase in your life. You're something a lot more than that. And in order to understand that, one turns inward and one starts to focus on what is it that I am really looking for. Who am I really in this world? So, how do you know you've met somebody who's truly spiritual, or you're in the presence of someone who's genuinely a spiritual person? तो आप एक चीज़ नोटिस करोगे, ऐसे इंसान के अंदर हमेशा एक ठहराव होगा. There will be an inner stillness inside this person which will be very unusual. You'll feel a sense of peace and you will feel like everything has stopped temporarily. Your mind would feel a sense of peace itself around such people. But where does this stillness come from? Because somebody who's truly walking the spiritual path will always be centered in themselves. They will be rooted in their own inner truth. Awareness will act like a compass for them, taking them down the right path, showing them what is right for them. They will make choices based on their own inner truth rather than what the world tells them to do. And that might not sit well with a lot of people, but they would know what is right for them and they would not rely on the world outside to tell them right from wrong. This also means that there will be an acceptance not just of self but also life itself. You will not see failures and losses the same way that you used to see earlier. Nothing will feel very personal. If someone left your life, it will not feel like a personal loss. It will feel like a natural course of life. Someone entered your life to give you something, to teach you something, maybe a lesson, maybe to help you grow. And when their role finished, they just left. This means that there will be an acceptance of self and a very deep acceptance of life. Everything that was happening earlier would start to make sense to you. Failures and losses will not feel the same. If someone entered your life or if someone left your life suddenly, you will not feel pain. Rather, you will understand that someone came to teach you something, to uplift you, or to help you in some way. And when their role finished, they just left. You will not take anything personally, and your authenticity will not rely on others. Just because somebody likes you, you don't have to act a certain way. Family, friends, peer pressure, all this will stop mattering because you will not be playing by their script. Rather, you will be playing by your own inner truth. You will not be playing anymore, rather. You will actually start to act as how you're supposed to be. And trust me, there is a very deep freedom in this. Divinity for a true spiritualist is not about feeling good or positivity. It's about accepting themselves as who they are. Everything that threatened their ego will now become their path to liberation. Whatever shamed me, whatever made me feel less, whatever angered me, will now become a mirror to help me understand what is it that I need to work on myself. That means you will not just learn to accept the truth of yourself, the ugly side that you were avoiding in self, but also in others. In this way, it also makes you less judgmental. You don't judge people for the way they are, but you now start to see that they are this way for a certain reason. What has really made them the person that they are? You understand how their mind works, what past wounds and traumas and experiences has actually shaped them. And in understanding the world, you start to understand your own self. You start to understand your friends, your family. Everything that unsettled you or threatened your illusion of reality now starts to break. And you don't run away from it, because this is exactly what you were looking for. A regular person would avoid these things, but if you truly are walking the spiritual path, you would not shun them, but you will accept them, you will work on them, and you will integrate this as a part of who you are. This is true spirituality. The spirituality that not a lot of people talk about. It is always shown in a positive light, but there is a lot of work, there is a lot of inner ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, अ लॉट ऑफ डीप एनालिसिस दैट हैपेंस. आपके अंदर एक मंथन होता है और उस मंथन में विष भी निकलता है, पर उस विष को भी ग्रहण करना पड़ता है. And that's how you truly start to liberate yourself. Now, spirituality does not become about emulating others, trying to be like others. It's simply about staying in your own truth and not trying to be anybody else. And that authenticity is raw power in itself. Experiential reality builds a very strong faith system, and spirituality is all about experiencing. If I tell you that fire is hot, you'll just believe me, okay? But if you go and touch fire, you will know it is hot. You don't have to rely on someone to tell you that fire can burn and you have to be careful around it. So in that way, you already have faith that this is how fire works. This is its nature. Similarly, with spirituality, when you experience oneness with divinity, it builds a very strong faith system that is unshakable. Now, I can tell you to go to a temple and sit there and feel the energies of the temple, or somebody can give you some mantra to recite. But unless and until you are able to connect to the energies of that temple, and unless and until you are able to feel the power of that mantra, it will just become a redundant exercise. Long ago, I used to refrain from going to temples, and I used to always wonder that why are temples used as wishing wells? We go there asking for this wish or that wish, and we also go there to keep looking for peace. And in a way, we make peace a destination that we never arrive at. Today, I would go to a temple and feel good about myself, feel very peaceful, and then I'll come home and something happens and will again pull me back into that same turmoil. So what is it that always stays inside with me? What is it that I don't have to keep looking for? And when that happens, and when you actually start to seek that divinity, that becomes a true spiritual process. And that spark of consciousness gives rise टू समथिंग विद इन अस. जब आपके अंदर चेतना जागृत होती है तभी आपको ऊर्जा समझ आती है. आप किसी मंदिर में बैठते हो, आप किसी भी देवी या देवता के मंत्र का जाप करते हो तो आपको उसकी ऊर्जा का एहसास होता है. And that's when going to temples or reciting mantra is no longer an exercise. It's also about inviting that deity and its power within you. And when that happens, that becomes a very strong transformational force. You're no longer seeking something outside of yourself, but you're inviting that divinity, you're inviting that power, you're inviting the deity itself to come and reside within you. And that's actually true spirituality. The spirituality that is not often spoken about. You know, in our Sanatan Dharma, we don't even use the term spiritual. We use the term Adhyatmik. Because to actually embrace this path, two things are very necessary. Without Samviti, which is awareness, and Atmabodh, which is inner study, you cannot walk the spiritual path. And inner study is again about igniting one's own inner consciousness. This means that you become the center of your own truth. You no longer rely on others. जब संविति आती है, जब चेतना जागृत होती है और जब आप अपने अंदर झांककर अपने आप को समझना शुरू कर देते हैं, you no longer rely on anybody else's belief system, their own ideas or spirituality. You are no longer interested in emulating anybody else or trying to be a certain person to fit into any kind of spiritual structure as well. And that sort of liberation, that sort of freedom is very necessary for somebody who truly wants to walk towards their own self, who truly wants to embrace divinity and in the end become one with it. You know, relying on someone else's idea of spirituality can actually be dangerous for you because you are borrowing somebody else's beliefs, somebody else's concepts and basically applying that to your own life. Everybody's life is different. You have come with your own experiences, you've come with your own karmic baggage as well. So you may walk a path which is very different from others. While the goal may be same, but the paths can be very vastly different. That's why it's always important to never emulate others. And with awareness, this understanding comes that while concepts can be interesting, while I can have a good understanding of other people's ideas and I can learn things, I can experience things, but I must always know what truly applies to me. What am I supposed to do? And what spirituality truly means to me. And this also saves you from this, a dangerous path of falling prey to people who might mislead you or even try to use your own problems or your traumas to make money or to impose more fear inside of you. Now, fear is also one thing that one must always be very aware of, because on the path of walking towards your own self, on the path of spirituality, fears will arise inside of you, and we as humans are filled with a lot of fear, whether it can be material fears or it can be very existential fears as well, and it becomes important to face them and understand them. Self-acknowledgement, like I said, is also about acknowledging the deeper, darker aspects of yourself. And when you have total understanding of what scares me, what am I threatened with, and you learn to overcome them, then they can never be used as a weapon against you. Nobody can use your own pain points against you because you have such a good understanding of it. Your entire life has always been about building identity. Everything that we see, everything that we experience, it becomes about building a persona. And in the end, that identity in itself becomes a trap because you borrow ideas, thoughts from the world around you. It is of course your parents in the very beginning, your friends, the people that you meet. And in the end, everything that you collect from your environment becomes your own identity. And like I said, that in itself becomes a huge trap. And when awareness arises inside of you, the first thing that you notice is that this trap is what is actually preventing me from being truly free. In my own personal life, I've always chased this idea of freedom. Even as a kid, I always wanted to be free. And it took me a really long time to understand that what truly is freedom. Is it just about wearing certain clothes? Is it about living life a certain way? Is it about being able to do things that my friends are doing, going on vacations? But even when I got to do all that, it didn't really feel free. In that moment, I felt happy, I felt good. But that inner freedom only came when self-reflection started to happen. And when that self-reflection happened, I understood a lot of truths about my own self that I was not even aware of. And that eventually led to a deeper authenticity. I started to understand who I am, and my existence, my identity does not rely on the people that I spend time with, the things that I do, my profession, my habits. This is not what truly defines me. At my inner core, I am something much more. And of course, it started as an existential crisis. It was a very terrifying phase. It was like staring into a very deep void where nobody was there to guide me or make me understand what was truly happening inside of me. I let go of a lot of people because, when your vibrations start to rise, everything around you changes. People that you connected with very easily earlier, they stop making sense to you. The life that you led, that you just took as a normal life that you're born into and it cannot be changed, starts to stop making sense altogether. But when you accept that and when you understand that there is a very deep change, a very deep alchemy that is happening within me, and when that spark of consciousness, that transformation starts to lead you and you surrender to it, it takes you to true freedom, to true liberation and true oneness. And that oneness is actually finding divinity within your own self.